did I forget to hang on? Let's see. Let me see. This might be the right one. Yeah, I think it is. All right, cool, awesome. Where is the? There we go. Okay, awesome. All right, our next topic is a video that David Jaffe put out there, and I'll put it in the chat for those who might have missed it. This past week, kind of just stating the state of Twisted Metal. Because apparently he's gotten so many requests and questions about it. It's like, what's going on with Twisted Metal? Is that still the thing that's happening? And he addressed it. It's like, basically came down to, I don't own the IP.
I was like, he doesn't own it.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if the people who own it is Sony, and it'd be really cool to see if there's another, Twisted Metal in the future. But he also pointed out, like, kind of just to play devil's advocate, he said, like, what would a modern Twisted Metal be? Like, what would people really be interested in buying a game like this? Like, would it actually make profit? And really kind of went from both sides. And, at heart, he does want it to bring back. But at the core of it, it does beg the question. And we had games that, that are from the yesteryears of the last generation, to where there's a lot of fanfare at the time. People like the series. But, like, at some point, like, when is it like an IP that you try to bring back, but it does not work in today's modern gaming culture?
I was gonna say, like, I just don't think that Twisted Metal could work now. I mean, they did try to bring it back, and I think maybe it didn't do so well because of story. That's literally the trailer you're showing right now.
Yeah, it did well, but it didn't bang the door, or we're trying to.
Well, that was the thing about the first Twisted Metal was you look at what the original PlayStation was, and you look at a game like Twisted Metal, and that you would have never seen a game like Twisted Metal on Nintendo console. You would, like, that was totally original and totally new, and then when Twisted Metal 2 came out, it was just, people were like, oh my god, we love the first one, and it's only been like a year and a half, yay, we got a new one. And Twisted Metal 2 was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And the franchise was blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Psionic Studio, or is it Psionic or Psychosis? Something. Anyway, the company, the devs that were making it had it taken away from them, and 989 Studios started making the game. And they really took it into a different place that most fans didn't like. So by the time the fourth game came out, fans really, really disliked it. Yeah. And David Jaffe had nothing to do with 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So then,
David Jaffe on his video has said, like, it's very divided right now as far as, like, what people really want from a new Twisted Metal. Like, people are saying one thing.
I mean, you talk to Twisted Metal fans, and 9 times out of 10, people love Black.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Twisted Metal Black was easily the best Twisted Metal game next to 2.
Oh yeah, it is. It is good. It is scary, but it is good at the time.
Well, yeah, because that's what Twisted Metal is. It's a goofy game. It's a goofy idea, but at the same time, it has very kind of terrifying undertones. And if they were able to bring Twisted Metal back and completely reboot the franchise, and it looked like Black, but obviously modern and better, and to the extent of, like, it's a bunch of people racing around in different parts of the world competing to get a wish from Calypso, only to have it backfire. That's the only way it's going to succeed. But even then, you have to look at what kind of game Twisted Metal is, and you have to look at, like, what people want to play nowadays versus this is an old franchise.
Yeah. And the thing about that too is, like, going back to the video that David Jaffe was talking about, people pointing out to him, like, look at the other, what was it? The very popular racing game that people love.
Burnout?
Not Burnout. No. The one with soccer ball.
Rocket League.
Yes, people were pointing it out. It's like, dude, look at Rocket League, compete something like that. And like he said, like, yeah, and that's cool, and that I love playing it. Would Twisted Metal would be something like that in the future? I'm not sure if that would work in that case. And he's definitely just kind of throwing out ideas and whatnot, and just kind of, like, looking at what's out there. And it definitely comes down to, I think that some IPs can't be revived unless somebody really just changes everything. Well, even then, like it's hard. Like it's a hard thing to do, because I'm thinking like if an IP, like say Sony says like we're bringing back Twisted Metal, but we're completely changing everything about it, and it's going to be this entirely new thing, different from its past. People are going to be up in arms and just like upset, like duh,
Well, one of the things that I heard a lot about Twisted Metal, the newer one, the one for the trailer you're showing,
yeah,
that the controls were terrible. I remember hearing that the game didn't play very well, and but you look back at the other 5 Twisted Metals, they were all on PlayStation and PlayStation 2, and this was even before analog sticks came in. So all of those games play with just the D-pad, and I think at the time that really worked.
Yeah.
And I think if you were to make Twisted Metal now, you'd have to make the controls extremely tight.
Yeah, you would need to do some very fine tuning to the game. You would need to do something that harkens to Twisted Metal, but at the same time bring something new that everybody can pick up and play, that people who may not be into it will get into it. And it's easy for me to say that because I'm just a podcaster. I'm not a game developer of any sort. But as far as like what exactly could they do as somebody who's playing games for most of my life, they would need to do something that they would find a way to balance both fan bases.
And the other problem, Anthony, that I see all the time and that I'm seeing right now is that look what games become more popular in the realm of multiplayer. It's not your Call of Duties, it's not your Halos, it's the unique ones, the ones that stand out, the Overwatch, the PUBGs.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Those are the ones that people want because those are different.
Yeah. And there's,
fucking Destiny 2 is dying because of the same problem of not being different enough. So, I don't know.
It's a tough question. It's a tough question, but it also brings a question. Games like this, like games that are from yesteryear, like could they really be something if they were brought back to today's standards? And the one thing I would say to devil's advocate myself is like they're bringing back medieval, and then Crash Bandicoot was a great success last year, which it was. But I think it's a case by case basis. I think that it's not unifiedly like if your game was from last generation, that's going to automatically succeed in this modern age of gaming. Like I think it's a case by case basis when it comes to these games.
Let me play further devil's advocate for you.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Crash Bandicoot or I'm trying to think of another game that they have remastered in that regard. The BioShock franchise.
I was gonna throw out the that one eco game, Shadow. What was it called? Shadow the Colossus. Yes.
Well, it's not out yet. I'm talking about games that are out.
Oh, okay.
The fan reaction has been split. If you remember with Crash Bandicoot, everyone was real hyped about it, and it sold really well because everyone was real hyped about it. But then once everyone started playing it, they were upset that it was hard.
The Dark Souls of platformers.
So, you have to look at that kind of aspect too, to an extent. I think. I personally would love to see a Twisted Metal game come back.
I would too. I would love it.
Especially if David Jaffe's behind it, but I just ultimately don't think it'll do well. Period.
I think that, yeah, it's very niche. Like it's a very niche car combat game. It's like very niche now. Like, well, I say
you're banking primarily on nostalgia. Like how do you market to kids like my nephews who, like the games that they're really interested in are the same ones that their friends are interested in, and the ones that their friends are interested in are the ones that YouTubers are playing. Would
you agree to me that some franchises are better left dead?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I really do feel that Twisted Metal is that. But then again,
I know, because like it's like I definitely agree with that element, that idea, but at the same time, like there's also like the opportunity of somebody actually nailing it and like just doing something completely different that nails it and everybody loves it. So there's that side of it too.
You're not wrong.
So
you're not wrong at all. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's either or. I like to see it in Twisted Metal. I think Twisted Metal is really cool. I love Black. Scared me when I was a kid, but I loved it anyways. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, maybe in the future. Remaster would be awesome. Oh, but they remaster Black? Oh, God, that'd be sick. That'd be the best thing ever. They're already in the remaster train anyways, it is. So, all right. So, moving on to our next topic.